We're going to talk today a little bit about the CPI numbers that were released. It's a little over 3. So let's talk about the true inflation numbers. Most people see them at the grocery store, right? But you see it on everything around you. Anything you have to buy. Some stuff has come down, like framing lumber and stuff like that has come down, but it's starting to inch up a little bit. Not bad, but it's going up a little bit. The main thing where you're seeing it is the grocery store. We're going to do simple things here, simple comparisons. If you was paying $1 last year for a loaf of bread, and now it's $1.35, inflation's 35% on that loaf of bread. Most of your stuff in a grocery store, now we're going to exclude meat out of this. We're, packaged meat. We're not excluding stuff like bologna and ham and stuff like that, but like hamburger meat, chicken, pork, we're going to take that out of the equation here. You go to the grocery store, you buy a loaf of bread, $1.35. You buy a pack of bologna, $1.25, right? Easiest math in the world to figure up your inflation on. Grocery inflation is up roughly 25 to 35% on those items. Now, if you throw meat in there, you're going to get up 40, 50% up on inflation, right? We all know that. Your pay hasn't gone up more than likely 25, 35, 45, 50% over the past year, has it? If it has, that's awesome for you, but I don't know anyone whose pay has went up that much. Most people's cost of living raise is, 5, 10% on a good year, right? So what's happening here, what is causing the inflation numbers to drop is people can't afford to buy stuff no more. They're buying less items. They're buying stuff that they're not buying stuff they used to buy. Let's say they used to buy a pack of steaks a week, or a month, even a month. Well, now they look at that steak that they were paying, an average $2 to $3 a steak for is now $7 to $10 a steak, and they're just like, we can't afford that. We can't buy that. So they're switching to cheaper stuff. You go out to a restaurant and eat, a fast food restaurant. A perfect example is Burger King. Around here in my area, if you get a Whopper meal with cheese, that is going to cost you roughly right at $11. That meal used to be on average $7 to $8. I know it's higher in some areas, lower in some areas. Inflation is not 3%. It's not. Now, the way they figure it, we all know they change the definition of everything anytime they want to, right? What is going on, people cannot afford to buy stuff. It's not. We all see it. I mean, you go to a grocery store where you used to come out with 6 bags for $100, right? You felt good, like, all right, I got 6 bags of stuff here. Now, that is shrunk down to a bag, maybe 2 bags is costing you $100. And your pay is not going up to equalize how much things have went up. Another perfect example of inflation is the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree, everything used to be $1, right? Now it's $1.25 for everything in there, and they do have the $5 deals too. They have $5 stuff in there. But that's a 25% inflation. And I think the Dollar Tree should have to change its name because it's not the Dollar Tree anymore. That confuses me how they're allowed to do that. I guess all you need is like one item in there that's $1 or something. I don't know. They should have to change their name to the 5 quarter store or $1.25 store. But guys, we feel it every time we have to go buy something. When I say we, I'm talking about me and you. Anytime you have to go buy something, things have went up. It's like with prepping. I keep telling you, it's too late to prep as far as you're not going to get the stuff cheap anymore. You're going to pay more for it. You still have time to prep, but it's going to cost you more. And availability sometimes is hard to find the items you want now. If we woke up next month and the groceries were back down, which they're never coming back down, and you know why, right? Once they get you, like on gas prices, when it got up to $5 a gallon around here, I know it got higher in other areas. People were complaining, but they were still buying gas, right? Because I would personally ask people, what is your cutoff limit on how much per gallon before you quit buying gas? And I got told the same answer over and over. I'll buy it whatever the price is because I'm not going to walk. I have to go to work. My kids have to go here and there. So they know you're going to pay whatever they want for it. Now, there's a point to where people start complaining, and prices will come down a little bit and then they'll even out and go back up a little bit. But honestly, we're never going to see cheap groceries again. It's just not going to happen because they know now that people will pay it. They will complain, they'll buy a little less, but they'll still pay the higher prices. If everybody woke up tomorrow and for a month, 2 months said, we're not paying these prices for groceries no more, then we would probably see it start coming down some, right? But, I mean, we have stores around here that are, I can't believe people are paying like $5 for a case of Cokes, name brand Cokes. I'm like, what? How does that compute in your head, man? How can you do that? Generic Coke, Walmart generic Coke, all their brands have went up again. It was like $1.17 and now it's $1.37. I'm like, what is causing this? We understood when groceries went up, right? Because fuel prices shot up. That's when our groceries, you started really seeing the groceries go higher. Now remember, we're taking out hamburger meat, pork chop, all that kind of stuff. We're talking about canned foods, just your regular staple items. We started seeing the prices go up, but we all thought, well, it's up because fuel prices have shot up. Because that's what they were telling us, right? Fuel prices are up. They got to raise the price of everything else because it costs more to ship these items. Fuel prices fell back down. Prices didn't drop. Nowhere near as much as fuel dropped. Here we were right at $5 a gallon, and now I believe yesterday I saw it for $1.99 a gallon for fuel. Groceries didn't drop that much, did they? They didn't drop $3. So, I mean, guys, the high prices on groceries are here to stay. I'm going to be the one to tell you they're not going to come down. Used to, you could buy a can of beans at Walmart for 50 cents. A can of anything like their canned beans and stuff for around 50 cents a can. Now it's more. Another one that just sticks in my craw is like Vienna sausages. I love Vienna sausages. Store brand, it doesn't matter the brand. Those went from 46 cents a can to now 72 cents a can. I'm like, I'm not buying that no more. But as far as groceries, that's your real inflation. So that's where you're seeing it. That's where it's hitting you the hardest. When you go buy your groceries, it's hitting you because you're not able. You're just barely getting by because your pay has not went up. And you still have people out here that are. You do have people that are still going out to eat and spending money left and right. It's awesome if they're able to do that. Let me know your thoughts on this. Is inflation ever going to come down as far as groceries? That's where we see it the most, and I'm sure y'all see it the most. What's grocery prices in your area? I'm sure some of you's higher than mine. Let me know your thoughts on this, comment on it. Keep your head on the swivel, be aware of your surroundings at all times, protect yourself and your family at all times. At that moment, you're the only person that can do it. If you're still watching and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you're not going to subscribe, hit a thumbs down on your way out the door. Keep prepping. It's going to cost more money. It's just the way it is right now. I hope and wish most of y'all started prepping way before the pandemic. Stay safe, get prepping, and hit the subscribe button.